Ah, I think I left off with Donald in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. First question of the day. What's your take on the proposal by two Knesset members let's see, as Palm Sunday and Easter approach, this is a quote, as Palm Sunday and Easter approach, the two most sacred days on the calendar for those who follow Jesus as both God and Messiah, two members of the Knesset, Israel's parliament, introduced a bill last week that would ban any and all efforts to tell people about Jesus. The bill would send violators to prison. Then he said he'll watch the archive. He's out fishing. Good for you. I mean, this will sit for whenever you want to watch it. But fishing. That's why you moved to Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. That was a couple days ago. I think that was on Wednesday. I'm a couple days behind. So I hope the fishing was good. Maybe you're out fishing again today. Okay. So there was this proposal by two Knesset members. They were two ultra-Orthodox Knesset members, which have a greater say in the current government of Israel than perhaps they have in the past. The ultra-Orthodox, though they're kind of iconic with Israel, they really don't have a lot of acceptance in the general society of Israel. If you go to Israel with me sometime on a real tour, not a virtual tour, we will drive by and you'll see some ultra-Orthodox over there. But for the most part, you're not going to have any interaction with ultra-Orthodox at all because they're just not very much of a part of the society. But they certainly do, they're there and they certainly have their influence and they have their members of parliament. And because Netanyahu needed to build a coalition, he included some of these far right-wing groups that normally hadn't been included. And here, far right-wing means ultra-Orthodox, to where they would send those who tried to witness of Jesus Christ into prison. Now, I would say that the bill, let's call it a bill. I don't know if they call it there, but, we do here. I'm just a bill. And so the bill that they are proposing is dead on arrival, and everybody knows it. It's not going to go anywhere. I don't know their exact workings, so I'm going to use it in the American sense. We'll talk about it, but it'll never get out of committee. It's just not going to go anywhere at all. And everybody knows it's not going to go anywhere at all. Even the people who wrote it know it's not going anywhere at all. Netanyahu won't support it. The Likud party won't support it. It has zero support. Maybe even these two guys wouldn't vote for it. Who knows? I think it's all a publicity stunt. It's all to get in the news. And of course, that it worked. It got in the news. It's all about. And, the problem is the news never presents it as this is a publicity stunt by some ultra-Orthodox Knesset members who, maybe they actually feel this way, but they just want to get in the news, or they want to get their story in the news. They want to get this out in a public forum so it will be discussed so that people will know their opinion. Whatever the reason for getting in the news sometimes is because you want people to know your opinion. Sometimes it's because you want to persuade people. Sometimes it's totally nefarious, like you need a diversion, or you don't like something that someone is doing, and so in order to make it more difficult for them to do that, you'll put this rather extreme thing in the news. And the thing about the news is they love extreme things. They just jump on that. So, I would say it's a publicity stunt. What's behind the publicity stunt? What's the reason for the publicity stunt? Who knows? But Israel is a nation of free speech, and it's a nation of freedom of religion, and it's going to stay that way. Not going to be any change at all. So my thought on it, my feeling on it is let it go in one ear and out the other, because it's a non-issue. It's a news issue for whatever reason. Now, journalists, remember those? You could look it up in the dictionary to see what one was. You wouldn't be able to find one today. But journalists typically are supposed to ask questions and see whether or not something really is a news article. Is it newsworthy? A journalist is supposed to say, they're supposed to be able to look and say, oh, this is just titillating. It's designed to get a headline, and therefore I'm not going to give it one. But we don't have journalists today. We have people who are after the clicks. And this is, if nothing else, it's clickbait. And the two Knesset members, they got lots of clicks. That's what it is. I'll even give that a bell today, because we certainly never had that question. It's a current event question, so no surprise we haven't had it. But nonetheless, there we go. With that, we'll put that on the bell ringing question playlist. Never asked before. Thank you.